Hello there. I am just setting something up so that we can go live on Instagram. So just give me a quick second here. There's an extra step that has to happen, and I am just making that happen on the fly because that's how we roll here. We get things done any way that we can. All right. Well, looks like that's not happening. Anyway. All right. So I am here. I am Kitty Chambliss, and I am the founder of the Loving Without Boundaries mission. And if you're not familiar with that mission, I started it back in December of 2012. The way I like to talk about how I help people live their most authentic lives, free from guilt and shame, as well as jealousy and insecurity, and the pain of ongoing infidelity in the open relationship and sex positive space so that they feel unstoppable, fall back in love with themselves, and also help them build modern families in a way that works for them. It is a great honor and a great privilege to do so. And I love, love, love the work that I do and getting to work with these brave, amazing human beings. So this is career number 2 for me. My first career was a graphic designer who worked my way up to art director and creative director at advertising agencies. But I left that work for a number of reasons. One of them is because I started to feel like I was selling people things that they didn't actually need in the advertising industry, and also products that I didn't really believe in. So I ended up switching careers and becoming a coach. And I'm a coach that specializes in helping the broader LGBTQ plus community and people who are in some way, shape, or form coloring outside of the lines of heteronormative monogamy. And when I started that journey, what I found was that I was one of the only people in that space, in that coaching space. So it was a deep honor to do that work. And what I've noticed over the past year, polyamory and open relationships, including I've even been featured in the Wall Street Journal recently in January, around the 24th, I believe. And I also was featured in Axios DC in the Washington, DC area. So that was a great honor. But while polyamory and open relationships have been getting more exposure and more talk in live stream areas, mainstream areas, there's also been a lot of fly by night coaches or people all of a sudden who are saying that they are consultants. And so that's really interesting just to watch what's been happening in the 10 plus years that I have been in this space as a coach, and also the 20 plus years that I've been practicing some form of consensual non-monogamy. So it's just really important to understand with all of these coaches and even therapists and counselors at your disposal, how do you know who to work with? How do you know who to hire? Who to trust your most vulnerable conversations with? This is a really important conversation. And also, coaching is an unregulated industry. So it's important to get to know who you're working with. Do they have credentials? What's their experience? How do they know how to get outstanding results, like real live results for you and the people that they work with? Are they a successful professional? Because it's all about results in the end, right? But the sad truth is that there are a lot of professionals out there, or people who are saying that they're a professional, who don't actually have real life training or credentialing, and that's really, really important. So when you think about working with a coach, and I want to first make a distinction between a coach and a therapist has a time and a place, and just like any other profession, there are good therapists and there are bad therapists. Therapists are great when there is past trauma to work through, like there's PTSD, whether there is some mental health issues going on, such as depression or personality disorders, things of that nature. And a therapist can help you look into the past and dive deep into that about maybe why something was happening, and to really kind of unpack that. It can be a very slow process. I will be honest with you and say that sometimes people have come to me after sometimes years or even decades of therapy did not actually help them. Why they stayed in therapy for decades and it wasn't actually helping them, I don't know. That's between them and wherever they are at in their life. Where coaching is helpful, coaching is helpful when you are already a generally speaking functional adult. It can also go great alongside therapy. I have some clients where they are in therapy and they work with me as their coach as well. So when coaching is great when you're already a functioning person and you are looking to figure out how to get from point A to point B and you want to compress time. You want their guidance, you want their expertise to help you to do that. We may look at the past to learn from it, to figure out where the patterns that are showing up in your life that may be sabotaging your success, where those are coming from. With coaches, though, we're also going to give you tools and strategies and help you close that gap from where you are now to where you want to be. A lot of times in traditional therapy, you're not getting like hands on actionable tools and strategies. It's a lot of talking, it's a lot of venting sometimes. And that can even act as a crutch sometimes where people aren't, they're kind of staying in their comfort zone and they're not actually growing. That can be a real issue. So let's get back to coaching. So, with coaches, they may have one of two skill sets. Number one, they may understand some strategies, some tools and techniques, and they may know a little bit about psychology. That could be the second thing that they have. That's there's different types of coaches, but beyond that, at the highest level, there can be different levels that people can get to. So you might have a coach who has no credentialing, maybe no training, and then there are different levels of credentialing, and you can a coach can get to the master level. But then even beyond that, there is another step here, which is, does that coach have a structure and a system, a step by step proven system to work with your particular issue that you're having, so that they can help you again close that gap from where you are now to where you want to be. So there's the strategy, there's the psychology, there's having a master level of human behavior to help understand how to get people actual results and an outcome. And then there's having a structure and a system. That is definitely what I have, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So the real answer at the end of the day is getting results. So that's where the rubber hits the road. So here are some questions you can start to think through if you are interviewing coaches. One is, have they solved the problem that you're looking for themselves? Yes or no? Number two, have they solved the problem you're going to for them for other people? It's one thing to solve it for yourself, it's another thing to solve it for other people. That's what coaching is all about. Yes or no? Have they been doing this for a long period of time? Yes or no? Because that's how you can also evaluate a coach, and the quality, because most coaches, they have not done it for themselves. They only have a little bit of theory. And then you have other people who have done it for themselves, but they've never done it for other people. So that's also another thing. And then the another fourth element is, how long have they been practicing, and been in the space of what you are seeking them out for? Using myself as an example, I've been practicing consensual non-monogamy for 20 years, and I've been doing coaching for a decade. That's a really long amount of time. And then the last thing is, as a professional, they need to care about you as a human being. Is their heart in it? Are you speaking to them at a heart-centered level? Are they a heart-centered coach? Do they really care about your results and your well-being? Because sometimes you might find a unicorn coach that might have a great skill set, they might have a great mindset, they might know a little bit about psychology, but they may just simply want to get on stages and make the big money. They don't actually care about you. Are they really going to be there to serve you, know that they've got your back? Are they really going to be in your corner? That's what it's all about. So those are some things that you can be looking for. Have they done it for themselves? Yes or no? Have they done it for other people? Have they been doing it for a long period of time? Both the coaching and then sidebar, in their lives, right? Are they successful in their own lives? And then the fifth piece is, do they actually care about you and your results from a heart-centered level? Those are some really important things to be looking for. Now, when we're talking about the certifications, okay? I am at that master level of the MCC level, and that is from the ICF. ICF stands for the International Coaching Federation. So that MCC credential represents the highest level of achievement in the coaching industry and identifies a senior level coach and somebody who really truly cares about your results. Some quick statistics on that. In 2020, out of 50,000 plus members of the ICF, about 42,000 were holding a credential of some sort. 56% were the lowest level, ACC, that stands for Associate Coaching Credential. And then 40% were PCC, that stands for Professional Coaching Certification. And only 4% were at the MCC level, the Master Coaching Certification. And according to the ICF, there were only about 1,074 MCCs in the world. And with me, 1,075, right? And for good reason, because this is a really big achievement to get to that master level, and a recognition of putting in the work, spending the 10,000 hours, the $10,000 plus to get the training and the mentorship. And it is a great honor and a privilege to be able to have gone through that process so that I can serve at the highest level the beautiful, amazing human beings that I get to serve in the open relationship and authentic living and polyamorous folks, because that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of strength to be coloring outside of the lines of heteronormative monogamy. So I want to have the skill set to serve at a very high level the people that are in that space. So that means only 0.1% are at that MCC level. So it's really an honor to have that achievement and that recognition for that legitimacy and that seniority in the coaching space. And as far as I know, I'm the only polyamorous open relationship MC credentialed coach anywhere in the world. I mean, that's amazing, right? So it's a deep honor to be able to do that. And you're hearing from that person right now. So what I would say is to remember to not leave your cherished relationships, your cherished bonds that you have with your loved ones, where your marriage might be on the line. There may be kids involved as you're opening up your relationship. There's so much vulnerability. People tell me on our coaching calls that they are telling me things that they have sometimes literally never told anyone else ever. That is a deep privilege to be able to have those conversations and to serve at such a high level. So again, if you are going to pick a coach, it is important to have those things in mind. Know what questions to ask them. Where have they gotten their training? How long have they been doing it? Do they really care about you? You can usually feel that from that person. So I've been doing this a really long time, longer than anybody I know in that field. And I have the formal education at that master's level because I care about your results. I care about your results not only while we're working together, but I want to give you a framework so that not only while we're working together, that you have a roadmap, you have a compass for how to live your most authentic life in a way that works for you for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. And I stay in contact with you to make sure that if anything is getting in the way, I am there to help you. Because again, it doesn't matter if you're working with somebody, if you're not actually moving the needle, and ideally doing that as quickly as possible with the least amount of suffering as possible. I like to say that the work we do together, there is less fear, more joy, and amazing and better results than typically anything else that anyone else has tried. Like I said, sometimes people have come to me. One couple told me that they were together 19 years. This was a female gay couple, and they had been in therapy for 19 of those 19 years. That's crazy, right? Like, why keep doing something that's not actually working? They said they'd spent like tens and tens of thousands of dollars in therapy, and when they came to work with me as their master level coach, and I really deeply cared about their success, that they got in one of our coaching sessions, they had major breakthrough that they were not able to have in the 19 years of therapy that they were in. And they started crying tears of joy, but also one of them got kind of angry because they were like, why, after 19 years of therapy and all the tens of thousands of dollars that we spent there, were we not able to get this type of breakthrough that we got with you on this call and in just 4 weeks? And I just said, hey, look, I'm here to give you the results. I can't speak to who you work with. I don't know who they are, but just like any other profession, there are good therapists and there are bad therapists. There are good coaches and there are bad coaches, right? Just like any profession out there. And I deeply am passionate about making sure that my clients get to where they want to go so that they get better results in less time. And I'm also living that life right now. I've also been on countless stages, doing live workshops with amazing and beautiful people just like yourself. And I'm absolutely an expert in this field. And I'm happy to help anyone who wants that help, who is ready to put in the work, who is committed to positive change, and who wants to have somebody in your corner who really deeply has your back. That's what I'm all about. And that's exactly why I'm here. So, community is everything. So, you made a great decision to being here. If you're seeing this on any place that is not in my private Facebook community, I invite you to come over. We have a lot of rock stars there who are really supporting each other. It's a beautiful group of amazing human beings, about 14,000 people strong and growing. So if you're on Facebook or you want to come on Facebook, it's a private community. Nobody knows you're in there. It's called Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom. So I encourage you to come on over there. If you're seeing this in that group now, we're so glad that you are here getting the support that you need. We love you. We deeply care about you and we care about your success. And if you are struggling in dealing with feeling overwhelmed with challenging emotions or jealousy or insecurity, or you're looking to release shame and guilt around living your most authentic lifestyle, maybe you're a past cheater or even a current cheater who does not want to cheat anymore. You're sick of the self-loathing and being out of integrity with your values of honesty and transparency and integrity, and you want to figure out how to do this right, how to open up in a healthy way. If that's you and you're looking for help, I invite you to book a call with me. You literally are going to talk right to me. And that is at lovingwithoutboundaries.com/apply. And when you go to that link, it will take you into my calendar. You'll just take a time slot that works for you. There'll be a very brief form for you to fill out that makes sure that I have a little bit of context for our conversation so we can really hit the ground running when we get on that call. Also, you can go to my website if you want to see case studies so you can see what other outcomes are that people that have come to this proven system that I have, where I'm being there, holding your hand as your master level coach side by side, and really holding your feet to the fire for accountability, creating momentum, again, making sure that you get the results that you deserve to have. That's why you hire a professional to work with, right? You want to see results. You want to get the outcome that you came there for. So again, if that's you, make sure that you go to that link, lovingwithoutboundaries.com/apply. I love having a conversation with you. On that call, we'll do three things. We'll get some clarity about what you're struggling with and talk that out. And we'll also talk about, most importantly, where you ideally would like to go. If I feel I can help you close that gap from where you are now to where you want to be, and I feel like we're a fit to work together, then we'll also start to craft a step-by-step plan on what working together looks like. And I'll give you an opportunity to make a decision to literally transform your life, to change the trajectory of your life from where you are now and get you pointed in the right direction. We also have a lot of fun on this coaching journey. People sometimes come and work with me in this proven process that I have and say, I thought I was going to be like crying on every single call. And instead, we're having a blast. We're actually having fun, learning and growing and having breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough, releasing guilt and shame, moving through past trauma, healing from the wounds of the past, because we all have wounds from the past. So again, if that's you, we can jump on that call, talk about what's not working, where you want to be, and if I can help you. And by the way, if we're not a fit or the timing isn't right, I will let you know that, and I will do everything I can to steer you in the best direction for you. Okay. So, with that being said, I will just say happy Friday from me to you. Know that I care about your well being. Again, if you're looking for community, come to our private Facebook community called Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom. We are happy to welcome you with open arms into that community. Community is everything. Together, we are stronger. And if you are looking for that expert help and you want to take that leap and get that a quantum leap forward, by the way, instead of being in the painful slow lane, then I invite you to go to that link, lovingwithoutboundaries.com/apply. And I will be happy to have that conversation with you. Okay. With that, I will say happy Friday. And until next time, take care.